We deeply appreciate the role of the IAEA in promoting peaceful applications of nuclear technology for global peace and development. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are also committed to further strengthen our partnership with UN Office on Drugs and Crime for strengthening the rule of law and countering crimes that drain development resources. As a driver of inclusive and sustainable industrialization, UNIDO is central to Pakistan's efforts in poverty eradication, increasing sources of employment, and transitioning towards cleaner and more resilient industries. Recognizing the growing importance of space technology for sustainable development, Pakistan supports UN Office for Outer Space Affairs in ensuring that outer space remains a sustainable and equitable domain for all. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let me express my deep appreciation for your presence today. It reflects our shared commitment to multilateralism, the UN system, and collective actions towards global peace and security, sustainable development, climate action, poverty eradication, health, human rights, and the fight against drugs, crimes, corruption, and terrorism. Pakistan remains committed to working with all partners for a future where peace, prosperity, and sustainable development go hand in hand. I thank you all.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite His Excellency Mr. Rafael Mariano Grossi, Director General IAEA, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you very much. Warm welcome to you, sir. We are honored that you are taking time in your schedule and your travels to stop by here, the place where important matters are dealt with multilaterally. And I thank you, Deputy Prime Minister, for mentioning in these times of tribulation the importance of the United Nations, the importance of multilateral answers to pressing issues of a global significance. As far as the work with the IAEA and Pakistan is present and active on a range of important matters, ranging, of course, from the peaceful uses of nuclear energy. I have had the opportunity to visit different facilities in Pakistan, including the last unit in construction, Chasma, quite impressive, and see how the percentage of the nuclear component is helping the development of your country. It is very important, and we do it hand in hand with the IAEA. But I wanted also to highlight, perhaps less known to colleagues that are not dealing with these matters day to day, the richness of our collaboration in issues dealing with human health, in particular oncology, where Pakistan has a very, very important role. And today, after this very important meeting, we are going to be signing a few instruments where we are going, or through which we are going to be enhancing this collaboration in the context of our flagship project Rays of Hope, which is benefiting many of the nations represented here, and also is finding in Pakistan one of its standard bearers, if I could put it like that. But this collaboration also extends to other areas in the protection of the environment, through Nutec Plastics in the area of food and agriculture, with PIAS and other very, very important institutions that you have, which are very crucial in development activities dealing, for example, with crop development. We have been working in cotton and other areas which are so central to the Pakistani economy. So I just wanted to simply confirm our commitment to continue this collaboration, which is so important for us. And thanking you again for extending this collaboration and the trust that you put in the IAEA. This collaboration will only continue and, if anything, get stronger. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite His Excellency Mr. John Brandolino, Acting Executive Director, UNODC, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Excellencies, distinguished heads and colleagues of the Vienna-based organizations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to join you here today. We're especially honored by the presence of the Prime Minister, and I believe this marks, I'm told, your first visit as Prime Minister of Pakistan, of any Prime Minister of Pakistan, to the Vienna International Center. And it obviously sends a strong signal of Pakistan's active engagement with the multilateral system, its enduring belief in the value of international cooperation, and it comes at a time when that message is much needed. And it also reaffirms Vienna's unique role in advancing peace, prosperity, and sustainable development, the very focus of today's discussions. And I'll speak with my hat on as the acting chief of UNODC and the UN Office on Drugs and Crime. Our experience shows that the work that we do contributes to all these areas, to obviously peace and security, but you can't have that without having sustainable development and without having prosperity. And so that's why we have had a long-standing partnership that dates back over 50 years. We've worked closely together to advance counter-narcotic efforts, strengthen border security, prevent terrorism, support criminal justice reform. For example, we are working with national and provincial partners at this time to help Pakistan develop its first national strategy against organized crime, to strengthen responses against drug trafficking, human trafficking, cybercrime, corruption, and financial crime. We're reinforcing the foundations of the rule of law together with UNDP by advancing more effective, coordinated, and accountable criminal justice systems that contribute to safer communities. Working in a number of communities in Pakistan. We're working in close partnership with the Financial Monitoring Unit of Pakistan for integrating AI-enabled machine learning analytics into the GO-AML system, which enhances national capacities to detect, analyze, and prevent money laundering. And we've established several border liaison offices to improve information sharing and border management with Afghanistan so that law enforcement can respond more effectively to shifting drug trafficking patterns. I look forward to signing our new country program today after this event to further extend our cooperation and to build on our successes to date. Of course, we have much of our work together is shaped by what we do here in Vienna also, through our commissions on narcotic drugs and crime prevention and criminal justice, as well as through the Crime Congress. We help countries agree on shared standards and international legal instruments. Through our laboratory services based here in Vienna, we support national forensic and drug testing experts, strengthening the science that undermines justice. And our research and analysis and data group, we help governments better understand emerging crime and threats. So together, we take these normative functions, technical and analytical efforts, and they help support on the ground what we do, what we can't do without you, our strong partner. So let me close by once again thanking Pakistan for convening this dialogue, for the Prime Minister for undertaking a trip to Vienna. Your presence here is a symbol of renewed commitment to the importance of promoting partnerships and sustainable development as pathways for global peace and prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Mr. Yuku Yasunaga, Deputy Director General of UNIDO, to deliver his remarks.
Your Excellency, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to address this gathering on behalf of the Director General of UNIDO, Mr. Gerd Müller. I would like to begin by expressing our sincere appreciation to the government of Pakistan for convening this timely and important event. Inclusive and sustainable industrial development underpins the global development agenda as it creates productive work are the local value addition, technology and skills development that foster dignity, opportunity, prosperity, and ultimately lasting peace. In this context, Pakistan stands as a country of global significance, defined by its scale, its dynamic young population, its strategic regional location, as well as its vulnerability to climate risks. As one of the region's largest populations, with over 250 million people, nearly two-thirds of whom are under the age of 30, Pakistan's demographic strength is an unparalleled opportunity. In this regard, the small and medium-sized enterprises, skill development, and innovation are key to the success of the industrial development. Despite contributing minimally to global greenhouse gas emissions, Pakistan remains highly vulnerable to climate impacts. The devastating floods of 2022 stands as a stark reminder of the scale of this global challenge. These events underscore a simple truth. Climate resilience and economic resilience are inseparable, and the development of low-carbon technologies and industries is essential to safeguarding livelihoods, promoting growth, and strengthening social cohesion. Ladies and gentlemen, UNIDO is proud to maintain one of its largest operational portfolios globally in Pakistan, with ongoing projects over 60 million US dollars and planned cooperation exceeding 200 million US dollars. Our partnership spans more than half a century, dating back to the establishment of the UNIDO field office in Islamabad in 1968. Over these decades, UNIDO has delivered more than 50 large-scale projects aimed at strengthening industrial capacity, building national expertise, and advancing inclusive and sustainable development. Our cooperation supports competitiveness, technical and managerial upgrading of SMEs, value chain development, resource efficiency, and clean energy transition. These are particularly relevant for advancement of export sectors such as textiles and garments, which represent around 60% of Pakistan's export. Allow me now to turn to the program for Country Partnership for Pakistan, or PCP Pakistan, one of UNIDO's flagship model. The program ensures alignment with national priorities, mobilizes the investment, and translates the ambition into tangible industrial transformation. The PCP aligns fully with Pakistan's reform agenda and the UNODC Pakistan's 5E framework: exports, e-Pakistan, energy, environment, and equity. The 5 E's. It focuses on green industrial growth, competitive value chains, resilient infrastructure, and inclusive skills ecosystem, guided by UNIDO's principle of progress by innovation. UNIDO welcomes Pakistan's PCP National Coordination Mechanism, led by the Ministry of Industry and Production under the strong leadership of Your Excellency Prime Minister. We also hope Your Excellency's continued support and guidance for its success. In current global context, one message remains clear. Sustainable development and inclusive, resilient industry are essential for lasting peace and shared prosperity. UNIDO stands ready to further deepen its partnership with Pakistan. Together, we reaffirm our shared commitment to advancing sustainable development as a pathway to peace, shared prosperity, and human dignity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, without further ado, may I now invite the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, His Excellency Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, to deliver his keynote address, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Excellencies, Director Generals of Vienna-based international organizations, permanent representatives of diplomatic missions, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon. It is a great honor to address this distinguished gathering at the United Nations office in Vienna, a city that has long symbolized diplomacy, multilateralism, and the pursuit of peace through dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, today we meet at a moment of profound global transformation and consequence. Our world stands at crossroads. We face intertwined crises. The defining danger of our time is not any single threat, rather it's the combination of many. Geopolitical hostility, climate stress, and technological disruption are all converging into a single destabilizing force. The planet is facing a moment of polycrisis. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know fully well that a growing global population is fast depleting the finite natural resources of our planet. Unresolved political conflicts add further fuel to this volatile mix, turning into a powder keg. Poverty, debt traps, mass displacement, and migration are powerful threat accelerators that intensify tensions, making the world an ever more dangerous place to live. Excellencies, this is only one route to durable peace, to the peace that withstands the crisis of our times. It is a route of sustainable development, inclusive, sustainable development that leaves no one behind. It is humanity's ultimate prevention tool, and therefore it is need of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, development cannot be called sustainable if it excludes millions from the promise of a better life. We must therefore pursue policies that promote inclusion, strengthen social protection, and ensure equitable distribution of resources. Only then can we raise living standards, reduce inequalities, and build societies where prosperity is shared and human dignity is preserved. Ladies and gentlemen, while sustainable development is a universal goal, we must acknowledge that its burdens and benefits are not equally distributed amongst community of nations. Developing countries, despite contributing least to global emissions and historical inequities, bear the heaviest cost of climate change, debt distress, and economic volatility. Pakistan's own experience is illustrative. We stand at the front lines of the climate crisis, not through any fault of ours, but as one of its most disproportionate victims. We contribute less than 1% of global emissions, yet we bear the brunt of cascading impacts. The devastating floods of 2022 are still fresh in our memories. It claimed thousands of lives, washed away millions of acres of standing crop, and millions of houses were annihilated and razed to ground. Last year, the floods unfortunately returned again, with vengeance this time. Ladies and gentlemen, these disasters do more than destroy homes, crops, and infrastructure. They erode human security at its core. Therefore, sustainable development must be anchored in equity, justice, and fair play. Without these principles, global peace will remain elusive forever. Distinguished participants, despite formidable challenges, Pakistan remains firmly committed to the ideals of sustainable development. we have integrated the Sustainable Development Goals into our national development planning, recognizing that economic growth must be inclusive, resilient, and responsible. Our focus is on human development, education, healthcare, food security, and social protection, particularly for women and youth, who represent our greatest asset and our future. In Pakistan, we are having a youth bulge. Therefore, it is a great challenge as well as a great opportunity. We are strengthening institutions, promoting digital transformation, and expanding regional connectivity to foster shared prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has consistently advocated dialogue, diplomacy, and multilateralism as the only viable means to resolve disputes and prevent conflict. This is despite the fact that we are often faced by aggression, violation of UNODC resolutions, and violation of vital treaties. Just last year, when South Asia came back from the brink of a major nuclear conflict, regrettably, our neighbor threatened to weaponize the waters of the Indus River system that sustain the lives and livelihoods of Pakistan's 240 million people. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are committed to sustainable development, we must acknowledge a sobering truth: the multilateral order that underpins global peace and cooperation is most definitely undergoing great stress. Now, more than ever, the United Nations must be reinforced, properly resourced, and reformed where necessary so it can continue to serve as a central pillar of global cooperation. Excellencies, Vienna occupies a unique place in the UN system. It is home to critical pillars of global governance: counterterrorism, drugs, crime prevention, criminal justice reforms, industrial development, responsible and the peaceful uses of nuclear technology, and outer space. Pakistan, therefore, greatly values its constructive engagement with IAEA, UNIDO, UNODC, and other Vienna-based entities, and we remain completely committed to supporting their mandates. Excellencies, capacity building, knowledge sharing, and technology transfer are indispensable to ensuring that innovation serves as a bridge to peace and prosperity rather than a source of exclusion and instability. Artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and emerging technologies must be governed in ways that benefit all of humanity, not a privileged few. Unaddressed digital divides will soon become entrenched development divides. Therefore, let us not merely address the festering wounds of our world, let us heal them at their source. For when we fail to meet the development needs of our time, we place the peace of our future at great risk. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you very much for your presence here today. We are deeply honored by your presence and we appreciate it. And this brings us to the conclusion of today's special event. Thank you very much.
वियना में अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा के तहत मुनक़िदा पायदार तरक्की, आलमी अमन व खुशहाली का रास्ता के उन्वान पर खुसूसी तकरीब जारी थी, जिसे वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान शहबाज शरीफ ने खिताब किया। उनका कहना था कि कार्बन अखराज में मामूली हिस्सा होने के बावजूद सबसे ज़्यादा मुतासरा मुल्क पाकिस्तान है। 2022 के सैलाब की तबाहकारी और नुकसानात आज भी हमारे जहनों में ताज़ा हैं। नौजवान आबादी पाकिस्तान का सबसे बड़ा असासा और तरक्की का अजीम मौका है। और अब न्यूज़ अपडेट।
Geo News updates are brought to you by
Sabroso के साथ selected packs पर पाएं 100 रुपए का डिस्काउंट। Sabroso, the chicken specialist।
बाजोड़ में फितना खवारिज का धमाका खेज मवाद से भरी गाड़ी से चेक पोस्ट पर हमला। ISPR का कहना है कि सिक्योरिटी तोड़ने की कोशिश नाकाम बना दी गई। धमाके में 11 एहलकार शहीद हुए। करीबी रिहायशी इमारतों को नुकसान पहुंचा। एक लड़की शहीद और 7 अफराद जख्मी हुए। सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेज ने फरार होने वाले 12 खवारिज हलाक कर दिया। कराची के मुख्तलिफ इलाकों में कहीं बूंदाबांदी और कहीं बारिश। औरंगी टाउन, साइट एरिया, नॉर्थ नाज़िमाबाद और बफर जोन में बारिश। यूनिवर्सिटी रोड और मुल्का इलाकों में बूंदाबांदी।
सबरोसो के साथ बनाएं सहर इफ्तार।
देखिए एक दिन जियो के साथ इतवार शब 7:05 सिर्फ जियो न्यूज पर।
वज़ीर आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ ने पाकिस्तान और अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा के मुख्तलिफ